From fairy tale to fallout. How did Hollywood's golden couple turn their love story into a bitter courtroom brawl over wine, wealth, and wounds? Once celebrated as one of the most glamorous couples in the world, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt seemed untouchable. But beneath the red carpet smiles and Château Miraval sunsets, their story took a darker turn. Years after their separation, the war between Jolie and Pitt has only intensified. What started as a divorce has morphed into a high-stakes, emotionally charged legal battle, one that's dragging their private wounds into the public eye. Their fairy tale ended not with vows and forever, but with court summons and accusations. What was once considered Hollywood's power couple has now become an emblem of irreconcilable conflict and reputational decay. The entire world is now witness to a slow-motion unraveling of what once felt like an unshakable bond. The love story that inspired millions is now a case study in celebrity collapse. A private war spills into the spotlight. Is this the legal fallout of a broken marriage, or a power play over legacy and assets? 8 years after Angelina Jolie filed for divorce from Brad Pitt, their conflict has escalated beyond custody and personal grievances. What began as a quiet, private split has turned into an international media firestorm fueled by lawsuits, leaked filings, and scandalous claims. Pitt and Jolie's every legal move is now examined by legal analysts and fans alike. What once was a personal matter has evolved into a public spectacle, with reputations and fortunes at stake. As the drama spills into courtrooms and headlines, it becomes increasingly clear that this is no ordinary divorce. This is a collision of ego, trauma, and high-value business interests too complicated to untangle easily. The long litigated divorce. Peace finally reached. After nearly a decade, is the divorce settlement truly over, or merely postponed drama? In late 2024, Jolie and Pitt officially finalized their divorce. This marked the end of nearly a decade of litigation, bitter custody disputes, and failed negotiations. But instead of peace, this so-called resolution only cleared the way for the next round of courtroom conflict. Lawyers barely had time to celebrate before new motions were filed. If anything, the official divorce only unshackled both parties to go after what really mattered next: their shared assets and buried resentments. The end of their marriage on paper was just the beginning of a new era of legal warfare. No sooner had one door closed than another storm blew through. Miraval unleashed, the vineyard that divided a family. From romantic retreat to rancorous rancor, what turned this vineyard into Battleground? Château Miraval was their French paradise, a sprawling vineyard where they raised their children and tied the knot in 2014. What was once a serene escape became ground zero for financial warfare. In 2021, Jolie sold her shares to a third-party buyer without Pitt's blessing, triggering a lawsuit that reopened old wounds. That one business decision transformed memories of love into symbols of betrayal and broken trust. The estate that once hosted fairy tale moments has become a legal war zone. Even the vineyard's wine label is now stained with bitterness. Pitt's lawsuit, contract, consent, and collateral damage. Did Jolie betray an agreement, or was Pitt trying to silence her? Why is this wine worth the fight? Brad Pitt's legal team claims he and Jolie had a verbal agreement not to sell their shares in Miraval without mutual consent. According to Pitt, Jolie broke this deal, blindsiding him with her sudden sale. But Jolie argues there was no such binding deal in writing. and that Pitt is using this lawsuit to exert control. The battle is now a matter of conflicting memories, legal interpretation, and emotional power plays. As the court combs through documents and testimony, it's unclear who has the stronger case, but both seem equally determined to win, no matter the cost. Jolie's counterclaim: vindictive or empowered? Was Jolie punishing him or reclaiming her agency? The truth may be both. In response to Pitt's lawsuit, Lee filed a massive $250 million countersuit. Her legal documents accuse Pitt of wasting winery profits on vanity projects and locking her out of business decisions. She also claims Pitt tried to force her into signing a non-disclosure agreement to silence domestic abuse claims. To Jolie, the Vineyard is more than a business. It's a symbol of a toxic power dynamic she's determined to break. Her legal team paints her not as vindictive, but as a woman reclaiming her voice after years of emotional suppression. Supporters see her actions as an overdue reckoning. Public accusations fly: looting, petulant, vindictive. Who's telling the truth, and who's trying to control the narrative? Court filings have grown increasingly vicious, with Jolie's lawyers calling Pitt a petulant child who treated Miraval like his personal playground. They allege financial mismanagement and emotional manipulation. Pitt's team insists Jolie's actions were retaliatory and damaging to the business. What began as a legal disagreement has now become a war of character assassinations played out in real time. The case now teeters between legal facts and emotional spectacle. The media feeds on every insult, pushing the narrative toward public condemnation rather than resolution. Court progress, motions, demurrers, and trial dating. Has justice moved forward, or is this a litigation time bomb destined for years of trial? A California judge recently threw out several of Pitt's claims, but key elements, including whether a verbal contract existed, will proceed. Both legal teams are ramping up for a potentially years-long trial. Depositions from Jolie and Pitt are expected to be fiery, possibly revealing previously undisclosed details. If this case reaches open court, it will be one of the most public celebrity business trials in history. Legal experts predict delays, appeals, and headline-grabbing testimony. For fans, it's courtroom drama. For the couple, it's a legacy battle with no easy end. Familial toll, children, healing, and public feud. Is this fight protecting their children or tearing them further apart? Their 6 children, some now adults, have been emotionally affected by the ongoing war. Shiloh reportedly filed to drop Pitt's surname, and Pax has made public posts criticizing his father. As the feud grows louder, healing becomes harder. The once tight-knit family has splintered, with the Vineyard lawsuit now a bitter reminder of how love turned to litigation. Instead of finding closure, the children are growing up with court documents as family history. Their childhood memories are now overshadowed by subpoenas and social media speculation. The future of Miraval, legacy or livelihood? Will the Vineyard survive the fallout or become a monument to their feud? Miraval once produced award-winning rosé and drew international acclaim under their joint vision. But now it risks being seen not as a thriving business, but a toxic asset weighed down by drama. Pitt still dreams of preserving the Vineyard's legacy, while Jolie sees it as a chain she's trying to escape. If no resolution is reached, they may both lose more than money. They may lose a part of themselves. The very Vineyard that once symbolized love could become nothing more than an expensive reminder of what was lost. A legendary love turned legal nightmare. What started as a romance for the ages has ended in depositions, counterclaims, and international scrutiny. Jolie and Pitt's legal saga is more than just a celebrity feud. It's a cautionary tale of love, ego, power, and what happens when two powerful people refuse to back down. No matter who wins in court, both have already lost something deeply human: peace, privacy, and the hope of quiet closure. As Miraval's wine continues to flow, the bitterness behind the scenes only deepens. And in the end, it's the story, not the settlement, that will echo the loudest. Thanks for watching. As the Jolie-Pitt legal battle over Miraval unfolds, we'll keep uncovering the truth behind the headlines. Stay tuned for more updates on this Hollywood feud.